Parents, before you download another mobile game for your kids, listen carefully. Many of the most popular games right now are packed with manipulative ads, unsafe chats, and hidden spending traps that could put your child at risk. Here's what you need to know. Today we're exposing 5 mobile games that every parent should avoid at all costs. From games that secretly pressure kids to spend money, to ones that expose them to strangers, the App Store is full of games that look harmless but aren't built to keep children safe. And because it's not all bad news, we'll also share 2 games at the end that are actually worth your child's time. Watch till the end so you don't miss them. To kick things off, let's start with a game that looks like a cute talking pet, but quickly turns into a parent's nightmare. Number 1. Talking Angela. At first sight, Talking Angela seems kind of adorable. It's part of the very well-known Talking Tom series. Kids talk to the animated cat, and she repeats their words in a funny voice. On the surface, it's cute, silly, and interactive. But parents have long sounded alarms about this game, and for good reason. The problem isn't just the gameplay, it's the way the app collects data. Angela's character asks kids personal questions, their name, age, and even where they live. For a child, it feels like fun, harmless chatting with a cartoon. But for parents, it's a nightmare. A children's game should never ask for personal details. Even if the company insists it's safe, the very idea of encouraging kids to give away private information normalizes dangerous habits. You don't want your children to tell absolute strangers their personal information, do you? Experts warn that when children get used to sharing personal data with friendly characters, they may become more vulnerable to online predators later in life. Then there are the ads. Kids innocently tap the screen, and suddenly, full-screen pop-ups appear for unrelated apps or purchases. Some of these ads are aggressive, with bright, flashing colors that push children to click without thinking. This leads to accidental downloads, surprise bills, and exposure to content that was never meant for young eyes. According to a 2022 Consumer Reports study, ad-heavy kids' apps can trick children into spending money or install unwanted programs that carry malware. Imagine your child downloading something onto your phone that gives away your information, all because they thought it was part of the game. And the effects go way beyond just money. Psychologists warn that games like Talking Angela can fuel unhealthy screen time behaviors. Kids feel compelled to keep chatting with Angela, afraid their friend will be lonely without them. And that is extremely dangerous for your kid. This kind of attachment can blur the line between real and virtual relationships, especially if they're under 8. Extended exposure has been linked to sleep disruption, irritability, and even language delays when kids spend more time talking to a screen than to real people. Back in February, a mother noticed her 7-year-old daughter spending hours in her room, whispering to Angela. When asked why, the girl explained that Angela needed her help and that she felt bad leaving the cat alone. What started as a fun distraction had turned into an emotional dependency. Though the family deleted the app, it sadly wasn't before it had already affected the child's social behavior. Here's the thing: parents, toys, and games should make children laugh, not make them vulnerable. Talking Angela may look like a safe, friendly animal, but it opens doors you don't want, opened through data risks, manipulative ads, and unhealthy emotional bonds. And if you think one talking cat can be problematic, the next game proves that even the most innocent-looking puzzles can lead kids into a world of frustration and hidden spending. Number 2. Candy Crush Saga. It's hard to believe that Candy Crush Saga could be harmful after all. It's one of the most downloaded games in the world. Adults play it, grandparents play it. So what's the issue when kids play it too? Well, the danger lies in its design. The bright candies, the cheerful music, the satisfying pops, it's all designed to hook players into hours of endless swiping. But here's the trap they set. The game's progression is intentionally frustrating. Levels get harder, You run out of moves, and suddenly a message pops up. Buy extra lives. For parents, it isn't very pleasant. But for your kids, it's manipulative. They see it as nothing but the only way to keep having fun. Parents across the U.S. have reported kids spending shocking amounts, sometimes hundreds, even thousands of dollars, by unknowingly spamming the buy lives or unlock level icons. Apple and Google have refunded families, but the emotional toll remains. Imagine discovering your child just spent your rent money on some digital candy they can't even eat. The science behind this is chilling. Psychologists compare the design of Candy Crush to slot machines. The feeling you almost won triggers the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine. For developing minds, this creates patterns of dependency similar to gambling. The American Psychological Association has repeatedly warned that such reward loops can teach children impatience, compulsive behavior, and an unhealthy relationship with money. Recently, a 9-year-old boy secretly played Candy Crush on his mom's tablet every night. Within weeks, he was spending 4 to 5 hours glued to the screen, skipping homework, and snapping at family members when told to stop. By the time his parents caught on, he had drained over $1,200 in in-app purchases. His teachers later reported his grades had dropped because he couldn't concentrate on the lessons for more than 5 minutes. You see, Candy Crush isn't teaching math, strategy, or problem solving. It's teaching how to chase dopamine hits, spend money impulsively, and feel constant frustration. That's not the kind of sweet experience parents think they're signing up for. And if you thought chasing candy was bad enough, the next game shows how endless running, flashy coins, and a rebellious vibe can push kids into hours of risky playtime with lessons they shouldn't be learning. But before that, I have a question for you. Have you ever let your child play a mobile game that caused trouble or stress? Share it in the comments. Your experience could help another parent avoid the same mistake. Number 3. Subway Surfers. For years, Subway Surfers has been one of the most popular free games on mobile. Kids love fast-paced running, dodging trains, collecting coins, and unlocking cool new outfits. On the surface, it looks like a very fun game to play. But remove the curtains, and you discover more than a few red flags. First, there are the classic in-app purchases. Everything cool in the game, the rare characters, hoverboards, boosters, costs money. And kids quickly get frustrated when the free version only lets them go so far before nudging them to buy upgrades. This isn't just annoying, it's sort of predatory. Children don't understand spending limits, so the temptation feels like pressure. Second, it breeds evil. The game encourages risky, rebellious behavior, running on train tracks, dodging security guards, and painting graffiti. Sure, it's all in a cartoon world, but younger kids don't always separate fantasy from reality. Safety groups have flagged the game for glamorizing stunts that, in real life, are extremely dangerous. A 2020 study in cyberpsychology, behavior, and social networking found that repeated exposure to risky virtual behaviors can subtly normalize them, making children more likely to experiment offline. Take a heartbreaking case from New York City. Just last year, a 13-year-old girl lost her life while subway surfing, a dangerous challenge where teens ride on top of moving subway trains. Another 12-year-old suffered severe head injuries in the same incident. And this game indirectly encourages this kind of risky behavior. In 2024, 6 fatalities and 181 arrests were recorded in the city alone. While Subway Surfers is a game, the behavior it glamorizes isn't harmless fun. It can inspire dangerous imitations. Then there's the time sink. Subway Surfers has no finish line. It's endless. Kids get trapped in the loop of just one more run, all because they want to break their record, losing track of time. Combine that with bright visuals, constant ads, and prompts to spend money, and you have a recipe for compulsive play. Researchers at Stanford University call this the infinite scroll effect, warning that endless games fuel screen addiction faster than level-based ones. An 11-year-old boy became so obsessed with beating his high score in Subway Surfers that he started staying up until 3 a.m. every night. His parents noticed his grades slipping and his interest in outdoor play vanishing. By the time they deleted the app, he had developed a dependency pattern, sneaking his mom's phone just to get one more run. What parents thought was a harmless running game turned out to be an endless cycle of unhealthy habits. Subway Surfer is a questionable influence. But let's dive into the next game that claims to teach kids responsibility, but instead traps them in a toxic cycle. Number 4, Pooh. Remember Tamagotchis from the 90s, that little alien you had to raise? Pooh is basically the modern mobile version. Kids adopt a strange, potato-shaped alien, feed it, clean it, and play mini-games to keep it happy. And on the surface, it looks educational. After all, it looks like it teaches children responsibility, but the reality is far less wholesome. The game has been criticized for 2 main reasons: unhealthy ads and addictive gameplay. Pooh shows children endless ads, bright banners, full-screen interruptions, and sudden pop-ups that lead directly to app stores or purchase pages. Most kids can't tell the difference between a game and an ad. These interruptions are traps for them. Studies in the Pediatrics Journal have shown that children under 8 struggle to distinguish advertising from entertainment, making them especially vulnerable to manipulation. Then there's the emotional damage. Pooh constantly needs attention. If you don't feed or clean it, it looks sad, sick, or even upset with you. For a young child, this creates guilt. Instead of learning real responsibility, kids are tricked into unhealthy attachment loops, feeling bad for neglecting a cartoon potato. Psychologists warn that these digital guilt cycles can fuel anxiety and compulsive behaviors. And while the graphics look simple, the mechanics aren't innocent. Most food, clothes, and energy boosts can all cost real money, tempting kids to spend. Parents download Pooh thinking it's free, but soon discover their child begging for coins or accidentally making purchases to help Pooh feel better. Take one case from Florida. A 6-year-old girl became obsessed with Pooh. She refused to let the app get sick, checking it every 20 minutes, even during school. One night, she stayed awake until 2 a.m. crying because she thought Pooh would die if she didn't feed it. Honestly, when I heard about this, it shocked me to my core. Imagine your kid crying over something that doesn't even exist in reality, and that too at the age of just 6. That is extremely worrying. Her parents deleted the app, but not before weeks of disrupted sleep and stress had already left their mark. The thing is, Pooh doesn't even teach real responsibility. Real pets require patience, empathy, and consistent care. Pooh requires nothing but button mashing and the occasional paid boost. Kids walk away not with responsibility, but with habits of instant gratification and compulsive screen checking. And if you thought a potato-shaped pet was manipulative, the next game proves that flashy battle royales can bring an entirely different set of dangers into your child's life. And while we're at it, if this video helps you choose safe games for your kids, subscribe to our channel so more parents see these warnings. Number 5. Free Fire. After Fortnite, Battle Royale games exploded in popularity, and Free Fire quickly became one of the biggest mobile versions. Kids love it. It's fast, colorful, and full of action. But you, as a parent, should make sure your kid doesn't go anywhere near this game because Free Fire wasn't designed with children in mind. The first clear red flag is violence. While not as graphic as console shooters, it still revolves around guns, combat, and survival. The entire objective is to eliminate everyone else until only one player is left standing. For young children, this normalizes aggression, turning violent elimination into entertainment. Research in developmental psychology shows that repeated exposure to violent gameplay can desensitize kids to real-world conflict and increase irritability. The bigger issue, though, is the online community. Free Fire connects players with strangers worldwide through voice and text chat. That means kids can be exposed to bullying, toxic language, or even predatory grooming. Reports from multiple countries have flagged the game as unsafe for minors, with law enforcement agencies warning parents about predators targeting children through in-game chat. Tragically, the dangers aren't just theoretical. In India, a 17-year-old boy addicted to Free Fire jumped from the third floor of his residential building. The day before, he had even asked his mother about the consequences of falling from a height. He jumped around at 4 a.m., and despite his neighbors rushing him to the hospital, he succumbed to his injuries on the way. And then there's the money trap. Like most free-to-play games, Free Fire makes its profits from cosmetics, skins, weapons, outfits, and upgrades. But the designs aren't random. The rarest, flashiest items are showcased in a lottery-like system, pushing kids into gambling-style spending. Children feel pressured to look cool like their friends, leading to constant requests or secret purchases just to keep up. Consider this story from South Africa. A 12-year-old boy secretly spent the equivalent of $1,600 on Free Fire skins and characters using his father's bank card. His savings gone just like that. And by the time his parents discovered the charges, the boy had not only lost money, but also developed dependency on the game, skipping meals and avoiding schoolwork to play. His case isn't unique. Dozens of similar reports have surfaced globally. Parents may think it's just another shooter, but it's a virtual playground filled with risks. But wait, not every game on the App Store is bad news. In fact, there are a couple that break the mold and actually offer safe, creative fun for kids. Number 6, Toca Life World. Not every kid's game is a trap, and Toca Life World is proof of that. In a mobile game world filled with manipulative apps, this one stands out as a safe, creative gem designed with children in mind. At its core, Toca Life World is a digital dollhouse. Kids can build stories, customize characters, and design their own little universes. They might run a cafe, visit a hospital, play at school, or just create a goofy family with wild hairstyles and silly pets. The point isn't to win anything, it's to tell stories. That makes it radically different from endless runners or puzzle traps designed to frustrate. One of the biggest wins is that it has no shady ads. Unlike apps that bombard children with flashing pop-ups, Toca Life World is upfront about what costs money. Yes, there are expansion packs, new neighborhoods, extra characters, but they're optional. The base game is rich enough to keep kids entertained without parents feeling scammed. That transparency alone sets it apart. Even more importantly, there's no chat feature. That means no strangers, no bullying, and no predators lurking in the background. Parents can hand over a tablet knowing their child's imagination, not their safety, is at the center of play, and the benefits go beyond entertainment. Early childhood educators have praised Toca Life World for its open-ended design. It nurtures creativity, role-playing, and problem-solving. Kids aren't just glued to a screen, they're inventing stories, experimenting with social roles, and practicing decision-making. It's closer to pretend play with action figures or dollhouses than it is to traditional gaming. Yes, the optional add-ons can cost money, but the difference is intent. Where games like Candy Crush pressure kids into spending, Toca Life World gives parents the choice. Invest if you want more content, or enjoy the free play as it is. It's an ethical design in a market overflowing with manipulation. If you want a mobile game that's colorful, fun, and safe while actually helping kids grow, Toca Life World is your best bet. For our last one, we have a game that has been educational for kids ever since it was first released, and it continues to inspire learning and creativity for children today. Number 7, Minecraft. Yes, Minecraft. It's not new, and many parents have probably spent hours exploring its world, and that's exactly why it belongs on this list. It remains one of the most rewarding mobile games for kids, and for good reasons. Unlike endless swiping or manipulative freemium models, Minecraft is about exploration, problem-solving, and pure creativity. In Minecraft, kids don't just consume, they create. They gather resources, craft tools, and build entire worlds block by block. A castle on a mountain, a hidden base underground, or even a pixel-perfect replica of their school, it's digital Lego with limitless possibilities. This kind of open-ended play encourages critical thinking, planning, and patience, skills that most mobile games never even touch. What makes Minecraft even better for parents is the control. The mobile edition offers the same core gameplay as PC and console versions, but with parental settings built in. You can disable online chat, restrict multiplayer, and set time limits. That means kids can enjoy fun without exposure to strangers or unsafe conversations. And unlike games that constantly drain wallets, Minecraft is straightforward. Buy it once, and you own it, and it's not even expensive. Updates keep the game fresh, but there are no manipulative pop-ups every 5 minutes pressuring kids to spend. For families tired of free apps turning into money pits, Minecraft is a huge relief. The benefits aren't just experiential. Educational researchers have embraced Minecraft as a tool for learning. Some schools even use it to teach teamwork and architecture. Studies in educational technology research and development have found that kids who play Minecraft show improved spatial reasoning and problem-solving skills compared to peers who only consume passive media. And let's not forget the social side. When played with friends in safe, parent-monitored settings, Minecraft fosters collaboration rather than competition. Kids learn to share resources, divide tasks, and work toward a common goal, something far healthier than chasing high scores alone. You will love it because your kids will love it. It adds value, not anxiety. It's proof that not all mobile games are toxic traps. Some, like Minecraft, can spark imagination, build confidence, and give children tools to grow. Not every game is good for your kid, but not every game is a trap either. Choose wisely and let play spark creativity, not stress. By selecting games like Minecraft and Toca Life World, you can protect your child while still allowing them to have fun. If you want to keep your kids safe from manipulative apps like this video, and hit subscribe so you never miss a guide to safe, engaging products that help your kids grow.